Ladies and gentlemen, since all of those mass shootings, the three that have occurred, we've been hearing the mental health word thrown around like water, like we always do. Every time there's a shooting, mental health is always flying through the air. Let's be real here. None of this shit is mental health. Everything that they're labeling as mental health is not mental health at all. You ever notice there's only one group of people on this planet that's heavily using mental health as a means to get out of any crime they commit? This is what they're taught to do, ladies and gentlemen. See, as long as they're not in trouble with the law, you don't hear none of them talking about no mental health. But as soon as a crime is committed, all of a sudden mental health is being thrown around all over the place. And none of it is mental health. None of it. Mass shooting is not mental health. White supremacy, not mental health, but it's getting labeled as those things because this is the way to get out of any kind of crime you commit. You don't see any other group overusing mental health. You only see one group of people going overboard using it. And everything that they're screaming mental health for, ladies and gentlemen, ain't no damn mental health. These folks are losing in society. That's what they are. This is what's driving the mass shooting. You got a lot of losers. They can't get women. They are sitting around by themselves in their loneliness. They're angry at the world because life did not turn out the way they wanted. They were supposed to be the kings of the earth and they turned out to be the turd of the earth and can't handle it. Mentally broke down. But it's definitely not mental illness. It's not. Okay? It's not mental illness. Those mass shootings are not mental illness. And this is the one thing I agree with Joe Biden on. He said, white supremacy is wrong, but it's not a mental illness. Thank you. Thank you. That is the truth. This is the one thing Joe Biden is correct on. So this came out in the Hill August 5th, 2019. Because Trump has been screaming mental illness, but that is the go-to thing whenever something heinous is done. That's the go-to thing, mental illness. Mental illness. This is so they can get through the system with either no sentence or a very minimal sentence for their crime. That's what the mental illness thing is for. Former Vice President Joe Biden pushed back Monday evening on Trump's characterization of mental illness as a cause for El Paso, Texas, mass shooting over the weekend. Hatred is sick, but not a mental illness. Exactly. It's not a mental illness. It's not. Biden said on a Monday interview on CNN, white supremacy is wrong, but it's not a mental illness. Exactly. The suspect in the shooting, which killed 22 people on Saturday, and the number is actually going up, y'all. A few more people died. So, has been tied to a racist anti-immigrant manifesto. And that's another thing. They're not mentally ill. They know exactly what they're doing. You're writing out a manifesto telling everybody how racist you are and who you hate and who's your target. You're not mentally ill. You're not. Okay, you're not mentally ill. You wrote down, in fact, the manifesto tells you it's premeditated. You premeditated the entire thing before you carried it out. That's what the manifesto is. So that was posted online before the attack began and speaks on a Hispanic invasion of Texas. Although Trump condemned white supremacy in remarks Monday morning, they came after his tweet that Congress should tie any gun control measures to immigration reform. Now, what does immigration reform got to do with gun violence. Wow. That really is, he really shouldn't have been talking about that at all. But Trump is not a consoler, as you can see. Biden criticized Trump for equating the two issues, telling CNN, Anderson Cooper, they're not immigrants doing these things. They're American citizens doing these things. Exactly. Biden warned that the white supremacists are winning the battle for the soul of the nation as things uh, currently stand. Well, yeah, they're winning because nobody wants to do anything to them. Nobody wants to make it a crime. Although these domestic killings kill more Americans than any other crime, ladies and gentlemen. But see, they want to deflect with black on black crime in Chicago. No, no, that ain't gonna work this time, y'all. It ain't gonna work. Ain't working. And see, it's just a way of trying to get the attention off of themselves and try to put it on black folks. It ain't working. Not working out for you. So he's right. I have to agree with Biden on this one. Although I'm not a Biden fan, but on this one, he is right. You know, this is not mental illness. Don't let them try to con you into believing that these shootings are mental illness. When they bring that out in the public, this is their way of softening the blow. And I want you to think about this. Why are they so focused on the shooter more than the victims? Notice every single time, it's almost like they go all out to protect the perpetrator of the mass shooting. And if you remember the mosque shooting, they brought out baby pictures of this dude talking about, well, look at the blonde hair. Who the fuck cares about his blonde hair? He killed a bunch of people. I don't care about no blonde hair. But that's what they did in the media. That's what they do. And then they try to find people that say the shooter was a good person. Who the hell cares about that? Who the hell cares about who's the shooter was a good person? What the fuck? But that's the kind of stuff they put in the media. They are more focused on protecting the shooter than they are the victims. And all of this stuff about taking guns away, they ain't gonna take no guns away, y'all. If you ain't seen them do it by now, it ain't gonna happen. That is just they kick up that talk around every mass shooting, and all it does is drives up gun sales in the country. People go out there and buy even more guns after a mass shooting. But see, that's just the sick nature of the people that live here in America. But that's all propaganda. Don't believe the hype over that take guns away. When my grandmother was living, she said they were talking that mess even when she was a child, taking guns away and them getting all upset because and she said in the 95 years she's been on this earth, she never saw nobody get a gun taken away. So it's all propaganda talk, y'all. They got to kick the dirt up and make some kind of revenue off of the mass shooting and get everybody hyped up and running out to the gun stores. It's just it's all about money. You see the killings and then they profit off of the killing. But that's a sickness within America. That's what it really is. It's a sickness within this country. And it's something that has never been dealt with because they don't want to punish white supremacists that carry out these shootings. They don't want to do anything to them. This is why when the cops show up, they are walking them to the squad car. But when they show up for an unarmed black man, they're piling on him 10 deep. But the good part is this is now going out worldwide. And people are like, what the hell is wrong with these people? This is what we've been trying to tell you for the longest. Now the world is finally catching up to us. We've been telling you for the longest. We weren't the ones causing all the problems in America, but see, they own the propaganda tools, so they get to report what they want. But at the end of the day, the truth will be revealed about the ones that are really problematic in America. And it's not the ones that they are sitting around telling you wherever you are on this earth. It is not the people that they are telling you about. Always remember that. They are never going to put that attention on themselves. They got to find some kind of way to deflect it on someone else and try to minimize. They're trying to minimize a mass death of people at the hands of folks that look just like them. But I also want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, this is history repeating itself. There has always been massacres in America, despite the fact that they're trying to tell you this land is paved in gold and, oh, the land of opportunity. Pull the Band-Aid off and really look at the history of America. America's entire foundation is on massacres. And that's why you see it from the same exact people that carried out the massacres in history, doing it to this very day. Never forget that. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell. And I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.